We live in a time full of hatred, sadness, and envy, a time when people are upset and angry about something that has been bothering them for weeks, and when you ask them why they're angry, not even they know. We live in a time when people cry with sadness and have their day ruined by insignificant things. But there is a certain type of person who doesn't seem to be fazed by anything, a person that everyone wishes they could be. This person never reacts or is emotionally shaken, even when experiencing the greatest joy or suffering, the most terrible tragedy. This is the person a child wants to have as a father, a mother wants as a son, and a woman wants as a husband. No matter what this person feels, they will always do what needs to be done and therefore get what they want. That person is a Stoic, and in this video you'll learn how to develop an armored mind like theirs. Stoicism is a philosophy that originated in ancient Greece. They were known for achieving inner peace by accepting the things that cannot be changed and directing their energy towards their actions. In this way, a Stoic is not affected by the world around him, but it is he who affects the world. He knows that his power to take action on the situation is what will change the game for him. Step number 1. Endure difficulties. If we aspire to be unconquerable, we must be willing to endure any hardship that comes our way. This means completely ignoring what others think of us, being prepared to lose everything we own, including our basic needs, being subjected to physical confinement and abuse, and even being separated from the people we love. Any strong attachment we have, anything we don't want to or can't let go of, and anything we refuse to endure has the potential to destabilize us and influence our choices. Step number 2. There is no past, there is no future, there is only the present. You can't change what happened in the past, and the only way to change the future is by controlling the present. What you want is not related to what you get. What you get is only related to what you do. It doesn't matter if you want to be fit and healthy, if you never exercise and overeat. Your habits shape who you are, and all your habits happen in the present. Step number 3. Ask yourself, is this essential? In today's world, we always say and hear the famous phrase, I don't have time, but how much of what we're busy with is really important? Marco Aurelio says, ask yourself in everything you do and say, is this essential? Because most of what we do and say isn't essential, and he's absolutely right. Most of what we do is because people have asked us to do it, or because we've been told to do it, or because we've always done it that way. Do we really need to do it? If we knew we were going to die tomorrow, would we keep doing it? Would we keep doing it the same way? Certainly not. Therefore, he says, when we ask ourselves, is this essential? We eliminate many things that we don't need to do. And then he says, we get the double advantage of doing fewer things, but doing them better. That's why we ask the question, is this essential? Do I really need to do this? Am I doing it the right way? And ask it in everything you do, say and think. Step number 4, don't always be available. There's a fascinating story about Napoleon, who became famous for not reading his correspondence until 3 weeks after receiving it. He realized that most problems would be solved without his immediate attention. If we're constantly checking, if we make ourselves excessively available, we'll get involved in issues that don't require our interference. You'll waste time on things that would resolve themselves naturally. We can imagine Marco Aurelio, Epictetus, or Seneca employing a similar strategy. The idea of responding to everything in real time, of always being on top of everything, is not a recipe for productivity, but a recipe for unhappiness and lack of concentration. So don't always be available. If you're enjoying the content, please like it and subscribe to help form new Stoics in the modern world. Thank you. Step number 5. You need to realize that bad feelings can be used for good. Anger, sadness, and disappointment can help you wake up earlier, work harder, train harder, and be more productive than you ever imagined. Negative feelings can be your greatest motivator and help you achieve all your goals, no matter what they are. A Stoic does his job regardless of how he feels. Your feelings should have no control over your actions. As Jocko Willink said, discipline equals freedom. If you are undisciplined, you will be a slave to your emotions. And by the way, if you still feel like a slave to your emotions, such as anguish, anxiety, and constant nervousness, I left a link in the first comment that helped me overcome this with wisdom from ancient masters, which will help you too. Take a look. Step number 6. Accept what you can't control. If something is completely out of your control, there's no need to waste your energy getting upset or frustrated. Use your energy wisely. For example, if it starts raining, getting angry about it will never change the outcome of the situation. Stoicism is not about not having emotions, but about learning how to control them. Step number 7, memento mori. Remember, you are mortal. The practice of the reminder of mortality reminds us that we are going to die. Thinking about the reality of death leads us to question our life. It tells us that life is running out every second and that we shouldn't waste it on trivial things. It also reminds us to live fully, because tomorrow we may no longer be here. Thinking about death should not evoke fear, but rather gratitude and appreciation for the life we have been granted. Seneca said this about death: "Let us prepare our minds as if we were approaching the end of life. Let's not postpone anything. Let's evaluate our life every day. He who makes constant adjustments to his life never runs out of time." Step number 8. The most essential part of developing the strong mind of a Stoic is taking responsibility. You may not be responsible for what happened, but in life you are responsible for solving problems that you didn't create. You may not be the cause of a bad situation, but you are the only one responsible and capable of overcoming it. By helping yourself, people are more likely to help you. If your car breaks down on the road and you stand there waving for help, no one will stop. But if you start pushing your own car, other drivers will get out and help you push. Help will come when you help yourself. And the fact that you're watching videos like these already tells me that you're trying to help yourself. Step number 9. This is called the view from above meditation. From time to time, take a moment to reflect on your life as if it were not your own. Imagine yourself watching your life unfold from a broad cosmic perspective, as if you were a celestial being. During the practice of journaling, you can adopt this perspective and examine your life, your place in it, and where you want to go, as if you were someone else. From this viewpoint, give yourself advice and feedback. This meditation technique allows you to get away from your own emotions and thoughts. You get a broader perspective on your position in the world and in relation to all the suffering that has occurred throughout the history of the universe. This helps you realize that your personal struggles are just a small part of the grand scheme of things. You can see the intricate pieces that have shaped your mindset, your disposition, your strengths and weaknesses that have brought you to where you are today and that can guide you in the future. The last and most important step of all is step number 10, putting it into practice. No video can do the hard work for you. I can tell you what you need to do, but it's you who needs to practice it on a daily basis. Take back control of your life and think through these steps in detail. And if you find yourself getting overly emotional whenever you want, you can review this video. Like and subscribe to my channel to help me share Stoic wisdom around the world. With your help, we'll build a legion of better people for a troubled and chaotic world like ours. See you next time.